welcome to the channel for a short conclusion of the tournament. So the result, like I told you one battle report ago, we won it after the fourth round, so definitely a strong show from the Team Switzerland. We lost it last year, or we lost it from, we didn't win it, we were missing just a point, I think, last year. I wasn't part of the team, but definitely the goal was this year to win it. There were less team attending the tournament because of the date that were chosen. So it also had some impact. Some of the strongest French team were not, unfortunately, didn't take part. So maybe next year. On the right part, you can see the solo score. So Thunderman ended up first. It's the guy that I played in the third round. And 5 out of 6 of our team ended up in the top 10. So we definitely had some good performances within the team. You know my army list. This was a picture of it. I will try next time to do a better picture because I've completely forgot about it during the tournament, and then I made it when I came home, but it's not so good. It doesn't look as good as on the table. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about, my usual unit impact analysis table. I like this a lot. It's something I would recommend you to do if you're trying to optimize your army list. You want to see what... It's not only... Because you know this game, it's not about finding, or it can be, but it's not always the best list. There isn't one list in an army book that it's the best for all players. It's all about also taste and the way you like to play, your approach in the game and so on. So it's important to see what fits you. Obviously there are some things that are always strong in some books that you are going to see in most of the list for some reason, and they are then adjusted in point in the yearly update. So that's nothing new. But from time to time, it's something I like to do here during a tournament with 5 games. You can also do it with training games. I made it a couple of months ago to compare 2 units. So I took 2 units that I played in different lists to see how they perform for me, how I play them. So that's the kind of things I like to analyze to optimize my list, basically. So let's go through the army list. The Prophet, yeah, as always, I really love this Occultist Mage on the Seat of Authority that does a lot behind the Bastion. And did some wound, didn't do as much as I wanted from game 5, but it's not the best game against Ward Save Demon. But the rest, it performed quite well. The Overlord, yeah, hasn't had so much action, but I would say it's often the case with him. He has a role that is quite important for the list, but it's not so visible. It's the zoning, the covering, all these kind of things that he can do by being a flying model. It's something quite important to the list. So not so good performance, but actually he also shines but by the things that you don't really see, I would say. The base, yeah, really happy about the core unit. I think the Blunder core plus the Relentless Levies have been for me a good discovery in comparison to the Slave. It's a bit more expensive, but I really like the additional flexibility that you get. So the +3 for the chaff, so 15 against 12, and then the ability to reform and also be scoring. I think with the new secondary objective, they are definitely a strong choice. Then the Lugars, yeah, performed quite well. I let them down on game number 5. They got killed by the Lemurs and Opa Vester, but I should have buffed him. Actually, I was a bit overconfident. I should have buffed them with Hereditary or the Ward Save spell. I think that should have been enough to end combat, so it's more my mistake than the Lugars disappointing me. The Anointed didn't see so much combat, but I like the flexibility of this unit. They are very threatening for characters because of the high amount of strength 7 weapon skill 5 attack. They are scary for most characters in the game, and they are flexible, they can move really well, and they are a scoring unit that moves fast. So really like this unit of Anointed. That is quite expensive. We don't see it a lot on the table, but for me it's a good unit, and I like also the fact that I could potentially put the Overlord behind them. The Titan has to be the Vassal Cav, sorry I forgot them, but useful piece of chaff obviously. And the Kadim Titan has to be my low performer this tournament. I didn't play him well, to be fair. I think the Titan is quite sensitive to the spam of range damage, so you need to play him carefully, and if you play him well, it can do wonders. And it's some matchup where you don't have to face too much range damage, like it was the case in game number 4, it can shine and do a lot. So it's a strong monster, definitely. but I didn't play him well, and it didn't perform. Yeah, it just suffered and died from magic and shooting on 2 games against the Demon, which cost me a lot of points at the end, so it was quite annoying, but was mainly due to my overconfidence in Academy Titan resisting those shots. And then secondary, I won 3 of them and draw 2, lost nothing, and the estimation of the matchup, I got 4 matchups that I rated as drawish, and 1 slightly positive. So I think that's the role also of the Infernal Dwarfs. I was sent as a first most of the time and picked the matchup that my opponent, my teammate, didn't want to basically free up some better matchup in the rest of the pairing. Performance-wise, felt okay about what I did, game 1, 2 and 4. And I think game 3, quite frustrating. I made multiple mistakes between the deployment that wasn't optimal, some micro mistakes as well, and game 5 as well. I think, yeah, also deployment could have gotten rather left, which is not a big mistake in this case, but I felt a bit suboptimal after seeing the picture. And then some micro mistakes. I didn't write it here, but definitely I made multiple mistakes. Not buffing the Lugars was definitely a big one. The Academy Titan being overconfident was a big one. So I made also multiple mistakes here in this game, and the 2 times it ended up being not so good. Not the victory I expected, I could say. Okay, and overall I felt, when you look at my score, you could say, okay, 71 point. That's the top 10 of the top score, so it's nice, cool, but what I want is, as always, what I try to do and also kind of teach you or give you an advice on, try to focus on what you can improve. And I think that's the key in our game. You always try, or at least that's what I try to do, always try to be better, to look at the mistake, to improve stuff. And that's the 9th Age is the perfect game for that, because to play 5 perfect game in a tournament without anything to say about what you did is quite rare and doesn't happen a lot, or at least to very, very few players. And it's always interesting to focus on what could you have done better and then learn from that and try to improve. And that's my main focus, not to look too much at what I did well, what worked well, okay, cool, but more to look at risk management, decision making, micro placement, stuff like that. And I think that's really key in our game, and that's the way you can improve. So as always, if you want to improve your game, try to have a fair look at what you're doing, take some pictures and have a fair look at what could have done better. I think that you have to look for that and search for it. Guys, that's all. So good tournament for my team and myself. Was really nice, well organized, so quite happy about seeing all these friends from France. Was really cool. What's coming next on the channel? So that was probably my last tournament until ETC. From the moment I'm recording this, it's like 2 months far away from ETC. So I would say what's remaining for me, it's a lot of training now. So really focusing my training, finding my final list, make some painting as well to get a nice army. And then do the proper training. So we are doing some 8 against 8 against various countries, and I'm trying also to report that on the channel. And then making some, I have the tournament, an online tournament going on. I forgot about that, but an online team tournament. It's again a French team tournament. We are this time a lot of teams. Also some foreign team took part. So really cool. We are over 100 people participating, team of 4. And we didn't win the last French team tournament. So we definitely need to take the revenge and try to go for the win this time. So it's going to be exciting. This is going to be 4 battle report, and then some also boot camp with Team Switzerland. So as you can see, plenty of battle report coming up, because I try to report every game that I play if I have the time. And until now it has been working well this year. So sometimes you have some delay. You see the battle a couple of weeks later than when I played them, but I still think all of them are quite interesting, and you can always analyze and say something about the game. Guys, thanks a lot for watching this battle report. Thanks for your support, for your comment on the videos. Always appreciate it, and talk to you soon on the channel. Bye.